I, 27M, accused my 24F wife of cheating. Recently I noticed my wife was coming home late more often than not with the excuse of overtime. She would say she had plans to go catch a coffee with a friend on a weekend last minute. This has been going on over the span of 3 weeks. I wasn't sure what got into me, but despite my wife never giving me any real reason to feel insecure, I began to suspect she might be cheating on me. I started asking her more in depth where she'd been when she got home, and she answered in her usual cute off-handed way. Nothing suspicious. But I still felt unnerved. However, over the last week, she was over an hour late 3 times to dinner with a brief text as an excuse. So I snapped, practically cornering her and accusing her of seeing someone else. I kept pushing until she cracked, going so far to make my wife raise her voice at me, which made me take a step back. Turns out she was planning a surprise vacation for our anniversary that I had completely forgotten was coming up. Apparently she and our close friends have been planning this together so she could host a send-off dinner and recreate our honeymoon. And I completely ruined it. My wife broke down into tears, not only because her surprise had been ruined but because I had accused her of cheating on me when in actuality she was planning something incredibly thoughtful. She'd even contacted my boss and coworkers ahead to book time off work. I have never had any suspicions towards my wife before, and now she believes I don't trust her. She canceled our surprise dinner and is debating on whether we should still go on our honeymoon. She gave me all the receipts to return the decorations she bought and won't let me touch her. I absolutely adore my wife and I want to reassure her. I feel so stupid for even thinking she'd even do something like that to us. I have tried talking to our family and friends to try and understand my perspective, but they've all taken her perspective. She has lost her general spark around the house and I miss her. How do I get my wife to trust that I still have faith in her? Edit. Side was probably the wrong word to use. I mean perspective. I wasn't trying to get my family members to agree that I was in the right for what I did. I was more so trying to get them to understand why I had suspected my wife in the first place and what led me into believing it, because my wife can't understand why I'd suspect her of cheating in the first place. Her coming home at 11 p.m. when she was supposed to be home at 9 p.m. and randomly saying she wouldn't be home on weekends with general excuses made me worry. I think I was still in wrong to accuse her. However, at the time I thought her behavior had been suspicious. Granted, still a massive overreaction from me. I have tried talking to our family and friends to try and understand my perspective, but they've all taken her side. I'm sorry. Have you been trying to convince them that you were justified? Or to pick a side? Why are there sides, you donkey? You're the one WHO fucked up. You only have faith in her because you see how you screwed up. You have not felt like things were right for a couple of weeks and you never thought to talk to her? I have been married 24 years and communication is very important. You just go straight to cheating without ever talking about this being any other option than cheating. Strange for someone who says they trust their partner. All you can do now is continue to apologize and hope she finds faith and trust in you again after you broke her heart. Oh Liz, I'll bite. Anyway, stop all the me. You did screw the pooch here. So not only you forget your upcoming anniversary. Oh shocker, Lawson's anniversary involves another person. You don't remember it, as you have to be the star of the whole thing. But you also go from 0 to 100. Instead of just asking her to reassure you, you accuse her of cheating. That you doubt her integrity as a partner. Then, you happily shared this with friends and family so that they can be on your side. Again, it's all about you. But nope, they're not on your side. So how about start to be less me, and start to make it up for your wife instead? How about instead of the "I'm the misunderstood nice guy here," you plan a great anniversary activity, celebration? Yes. A great anniversary with an activity that she would enjoy. If she canceled that dinner appointment, maybe you should see why she chose that restaurant. Did she like the food, or is it more about you? If you want to make it up, choose her favorite restaurant instead of yours. Instead of a recreation of a honeymoon, perhaps you can book some nice Airbnb time at a nice quaint location. Arrange activity, tour that she may enjoy? Yep. Try to make it up to her by creating a fantastic anniversary celebration and telling her that she is wonderful, loved and appreciated. Additionally, you were acting like a dunce for a while there, accusing her due to your insecurity, etc. Of course, apologizing sincerely to her without making it all about you should also come hand in hand to creating a great anniversary. And now she believes I don't trust her. No, now she knows you don't trust her. Fixed it. What concerns me, aside from your donkey behavior and you dragging outside people into your marriage to see your side, is that as long your wife behaves the way you think she should, everything is happy-go-skippy. You seriously have control issues. Clearly, if you feel justified, according to your rules, you would cheat. It's always the one accusing that's guilty. Then you justify it in your mind. An hour late? Heard of traffic. Leaving work a little late. Or, in an hour, she met up with another man. Cheated. Redressed. Then drove home? If you want to save your marriage, start with yourself. See a counselor and discuss this with them. Only after you have spent time bettering yourself do you approach her about attending as a couple. You need to show her that you will do anything to better yourself and save your marriage. Good luck. If your trust cracks at the first sign of something unusual, and you accuse your spouse of cheating on you, what do you think you could do? And you've talked this around to everyone, trying to get them to understand your side, when you are completely wrong. Dude, this whole thing is about you, and how you miss your wife who you accused of cheating on you. Let time pass. Do some real introspection about your character defects and have you humbly apologized? Said you were wrong and stupid and dishonored her? Are you trying to get her to understand your perspective? If I'm being honest, whilst I could agree that maybe she was acting a little suspicious, you could have asked for reassurance rather than accusing her straight out. Don't mention that you forgot the anniversary. You're only digging yourself a deeper hole. She probably just needs time. I can imagine she's quite hurt to be accused of something so horrible when she was doing something so thoughtful. Perhaps she even feels a little guilty for putting you in a position where you'd think that. My advice: don't talk to Reddit. Go talk to your wife. She believes I don't trust her. I mean, you don't. She gave you excuses. And after a few weeks you right away cornered her and accused her of cheating. I bet she was so excited to make plans for a special occasion that forgot was coming up. It's painful. I have never cheated in my life. I have been accused of cheating 3 times. All 3 of those partners were cheating on me and projecting. If I was your wife, I wouldn't trust you now. It's interesting that your first train of thought was that she was cheating, when you stated in another comment that she has been cheated on. She could have been dealing with health problems she was trying to come up to terms with. Family problems that maybe she couldn't discuss with you at first. Or even financial problems. Hell, anything could have happened. Yet you jump straight to cheating. Not only is incredibly hurtful to be accused from such thing when she knows the pain of going through it, you keep going about how you want other people to understand you. But how could they? You don't seem to have the brightest memory or care about milestones like your freaking anniversary. Of course no one will be sympathetic towards you. Despite my wife never giving me any real reason to feel insecure, I began to suspect she might be cheating on me. Clue number 1 that this is entirely a you problem. I have never had any suspicions towards my wife before, and now she believes I don't trust her. She didn't come up with this out of the blue. She believes you don't trust her because you didn't trust her. You don't get to rewrite history just because you were wrong. I feel so stupid for even thinking she'd even do something like that to us. Sometimes, feeling stupid is the only appropriate response. This is such a time. How do I get my wife to trust that I still have faith in her? Dude. Facepalm.jpg. You can't get your wife to forget what you just did. Nor can you convince her that you do trust her when you clearly don't. If you have the funds, I'd suggest therapy for you to figure out why you did this and to learn how to approach your marriage in a healthy way. The way you describe this is really interesting, as you seem aware in retrospect that a lot of what your wife did was innocent. Were you cheated on in the past by a partner by any chance? You shouldn't have snapped at her. You should have had a calm discussion like proper adults. You also probably made things worse because you tried getting her family and friends involved in picking sides. You are actively creating a division between you and your wife. You never accuse someone of cheating without proof, because if you're wrong, it will damage your relationship. I wasn't sure what got into me, but despite my wife never giving me any real reason to feel insecure, so I snapped, practically cornering her and accusing her of seeing someone else. I kept pushing until she cracked. And you wonder why everyone sided with your wife? Hey op, I can understand your insecurity over her sudden change in behavior. In the future though, center your conversations around your feelings. Approach with trust and genuine curiosity, not with flaming accusations. Like this. Hey hun, I'm feeling a little on edge since you've been coming home late suddenly. Is everything okay between us? Quote, there's a whole world of possibilities. Perhaps she is feeling lonely in the relationship and avoiding you. Perhaps she's planning anniversary surprise. You never know. So always come in with openness and seek to understand. This is gonna be a tough one to fix because it's about foundational issues in your relationship. Of course there's the lack of trust you showed for your wife. Additionally, I imagine she feels a huge imbalance of effort, care if she planned that for your anniversary and you didn't remember. I'm not saying it's not fixable, just that it's very big. It's just about the incident. It's about your whole relationship. Therefore, have patience. Allow it to be as big and take as much time as it needs. Get help. Remember that you and your wife are on the same team. So stop trying to get people to understand your side. Try to understand her before you insist that people understand you. Good luck op. You realize that you have ruined your anniversary forever with your insecure mantram? If you manage to salvage your marriage, she will never get joy out of planning anything for you. Honestly, I hope your wife goes on this vacation without you and evaluates whether or not she is better off without you. The only possible way you could salvage this is to lay yourself utterly bare. Admit how much of an insecure, self-centered fool you were. I find it very strange that you went to her support system and tried to get them on your side. This entire thing was all about you and how you feel. Nothing about your wife or her feelings about it, just you. Have you always been so self-centered and your wife is just used to it and tolerates it? I guess the next time she gives you papers it'll probably be divorce papers.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.